Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar on Boost Your Career Prospects with RWS Campus, a student's guide to translation technology. My name is Ana Maria and I am a Senior Customer Experience Representative working on RWS Campus activities at RWS. Today will be with us my colleague Fiona, our Marketing Manager. The topics for today are: what is the RWS Campus program? What are the benefits of RWS Campus program? What is the RWS community page for students? How to use Trados Team? How to use Trados Studio Desktop? What is Passolo and what is the RWS App Store? What are the free trainings, e-learnings and certification that we offer? What is the Top Student Award and what are the students' discounts? We will also have a demo part and a Q&A section. RWS Campus program is a partnership with the university to help students learn all about professional careers in localization. We provide the university with our leading-edge cloud and desktop localization software in form of Trados Team and Trados Studio. As part of the RWS Campus, members enjoy free trainings in our Trados software for both lecturers and students. Each year, lecturers can select 2 top-performing students for the Top Student Award. We award them with a 1-year free subscription for Trados Studio Freelance for personal use, along with a certificate and the Top Student Award community icon. Members of the campus program also have access to Passolo, a specialized visualization tool developed to support the translation of user interfaces. All students and graduates for up to 1 year after graduating have access to special discounts on Trados Studio Freelance subscription. How to activate Trados Studio? Each student will get an email from the professor. There you will have a link to click on it in order to create an RWS account. After creating the account, please follow the steps from the link. The professor will share with you the installer for Trados Desktop from the university account. You need to install it and activate it. For more details and the article with explanations, please access the RWS Community Students page. Working in Trados Studio Cloud component. We will see on the demo part how to install and activate it, how to create the resources, meaning the customers, the users, the translation memories, the terminology, and the machine translation models, how to translate a project, how to create the target document, how to review and sign off a document, and how to translate a project package. On the Trados Studio Desktop part, we will see how to create a translation memory from scratch or from all translations using the alignment function, how to translate a single document, a project, or a project package, how to create a target document, how to review and sign off a document. For classes focusing mainly on localization, we offer you Passolo software. An important part of the program is the RWS App Store, from where you can download and install applications to improve the translation process. For example, we have the app Glossary Converter, perfect for those with existing terminology glossaries, as it enables users to convert between multi-term term bases and other terminology formats by simple drag and drop, saving time and effort. We can also mention the app World Server packages that you will need to install if you want to translate this type of packages. The app PDF Assistant is needed if you work with PDF documents. Also, we have to mention another important app, the subtitling one. I will present you now the e-learnings and trainings that we offer you for free as part of the campus program. We have Trados Studio 2022 Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3, Trados Studio 2021 Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3, Multiterm 2021, Trados Studio 2021 for Project Manager, and Practical Post-Editing. Another benefit of the RWS Campus program is the Top Student Award, a prize that we offer for 2 students each year. It contains a free 1-year subscription to Trados Studio Freelance. The students who will benefit of the Top Student Award will be chosen by the teachers according to the criteria chosen by them. The availability of the award will be set in order to offer for each student to use it in limit of 3 years from the moment the prize was awarded. Regarding the discounts that we offer, you should know that each student can have a special discount for purchasing a subscription to Trados Studio Freelance during the study period and 1 year after graduation. We will pass now to the demo part of our webinar.
So in this next part, I will show you how to do your initial setups, your logins into Trados, and also we will explore a bit how to create a translation memory locally on your PC from Trados desktop, but also we'll be looking at the cloud component and how to create a translation memory in the cloud and how to create some translation resources. And by the end of this video, we will just cover these main topics. However, if you have more questions or if there are any specific topics that you would like us to discuss, please feel free to add your question into the chat box. And then at the end of this presentation, we will pick up some of your questions and we will try to give you a quick answer. So the whole process starts from your professor. So your professor usually has access to Trados team if they are part of the RWS Campus program. And what they will do, they will add you as a user. And as soon as they added you, you will receive an email similar to this one from Trados team in which you are invited to accept the invitation from your professor. What you need to do next is to click on accept invitation. That will open a page where you need to sign up. So you need to sign up with your email address, create a password from scratch, and then with next, 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 up until the point where you said you have been successfully added to your University Trados team account. Now, during this process, you'll also receive an email where you are asked to verify your email. So please make sure you follow all the steps through because otherwise you won't be able to use your logins in order to activate your Trados desktop version or to access the Trados cloud component. Also, please bear in mind that this email, because it contains a link, it might actually end up in your spam or junk folder, or if you're using a Gmail and the invite was sent to a Gmail address, then please check the promotions tab in your Gmail. What you need to bear in mind is that Trados Studio 2022 has two components, the desktop application, but also the cloud component. Earlier, after you have created your login, you have been automatically redirected to the Trados Studio cloud component and to Trados team account that your university has. But you also can download and install Trados Desktop, the desktop application, and then you would activate the application with the same logins that you have created recently. Now, after you receive the invite to join the Trados team platform, you might also receive a separate email from your professor with this particular link from where you can download Trados Studio 2022 installer and multi-term 2022. I would say for Trados Studio 2022, always pick the latest one. So that would be the one that's on top, the SR1 CU8. You would click on it, the download will start, and after it has downloaded, you need to right click on the download and select Run as Administrator, and then with next, 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 in 2-3 minutes, Trados Studio Desktop will be installed. Also, it is possible that your professor might provide you this link via an internal shared folder. That is possible as well. After you have successfully installed Trados Studio 2022, you would need to activate your desktop version. In order to do so, when you open Trados Studio, there will be a box that will tell you you are running in trial mode for 30 days, and you will have a button that says Activate Now or Continue Trial. If by any chance you did not click on Activate Now, but you clicked on Continue Trial, in order to activate your product, you will need to go to Help, Product Activation, and then please click on subscription because you currently own a Trados Studio Professional subscription version. And in here, you would add your email address and the password that you have just created a few minutes ago. Now, you might be wondering what happens if I encounter any issues while I install my Trados Studio on my PC, or when I try to activate it with my logins. Where do I go and from where do I get the help needed? So that's very simple. You can go to our Gateway page, and in this page in here, you would click on Trados Studio Licensing Help, and a new page will appear where you need to select the issue that you are facing and then proceed from there. Or in alternative, my recommendation will be to go into our RWS community. If you put on Google RWS community, this is the link that will appear. You will need to join or sign in, and you would use the same logins that you just created earlier, and then you would go into RWS Campus site, and you would go into the students page, and in there you will ask to join. So right now what I will do is that I will just log in. I will use my authentication because I've already logged in the past, but in your case, being the first time, you will be asked to join and sign up again in here with your credentials. And then you would go in here, and here on RWS Campus, you can see how to join the students group and how to do different various things. So basically, you would need to click on this video, see how you can join and ask access to the students campus group. And in here, as you can see, you have the student guides. And here you will see step by step what you need to do in order to install Trados Studio. So basically what I showed you earlier, you can see in here step by step with videos and with guidance. And in case you have any questions, you can also go into the forums, ask the question, or you can use also the live chat and ask any questions that you might have about your installation and activation of your Trados Studio desktop. If you are working in the cloud component of Trados Studio, so if you're working on Trados Cloud or Trados Team, and you need to create some resources like translation memories, term bases, translation engines, then I will show you in the next few minutes how to do so and how to create this. It is possible that a professor might actually assign to you cloud projects where there is already a translation memory attached to it, or a term base. But just in case, if you ever need to create yourself from scratch a cloud project with a translation memory, then we will explore this particular scenario right now. So in order for you to actually create a translation memory in the cloud and work in the cloud version of Trados Studio, you need to access it from languagecloud.sdl.com, and then the first page that will appear will be the dashboard, but you will need to go to resources, and in here you see quite a few tabs. You need to go to translation memories, and in here, if you want to create a new translation memory, you click on new translation memory. You will have to give a name. Okay, and you need to put a location. In here there is a wider topic about the folder structure, which we will cover up probably in a separate session. But for now, just I will select the root. And then as for any translation memory, because it is a bilingual file, I need to select the two languages. So I will go ahead and I will select my language. and I thought I wanted to be Italian. Okay, and in here I will use the default language processing rule and the default field template. You can design some language processing rules, but that one is a bit more advanced, in which you will actually tell the translation memory how to treat dates, how to treat measurements, because as you know, the date format it is different in English UK than English USA, so that is a bit more into detail in relation to what can be done or what cannot be done. But for now, we're just going to go with the default ones, and we're going to click on Create. So right now I have already created the translation memory. As you can see in here, it has 0 translation units, which means it is an empty translation memory. And as I would go and add it to projects and translate and confirm segments, this translation memory will populate with the segments that I translate. So how do I do for this translation memory to be added to project that I will actually work with in Trados Cloud? In the cloud version, there is a new concept of translation engines. And if you go in here, and if I'm to create a new translation engine, you will see in here that the translation engine is actually comprising translation memories, machine translation, term bases. So you can see this as a box in which you put all of the translation resources that you want to use, like all of the translation memories, the machine translations for that particular project, or the term bases that you want to use. And then you would add this translation engine to your project. So you don't have to manually add the translation memory separately, the term bases. So I will create this one. You can give it a name. The location, I will keep the root location just to make sure I'm okay with it. I will go again with the default language processing rule. You can put a short description here, and I would say this translation engine is for all translations from English to Italian. And then I will select the languages, and obviously I would select the same languages as I did for the translation memory. Um, and in here I would add this one. Cool. That's done. And then I will add the translation memory, and I will add the translation memory that I have just created earlier, and it's this one, if I'm not wrong, and I will add it. And again, in here, I can add term bases. If I've created any term bases in the past, then I can add term bases. Here I have a term base that I created previously. I can add it. You can create one from scratch, or you can import a term base from your PC into the cloud and add it in here. And then you can also use machine translation. That would be automatic translation. But again, that is if your professor allows you to do so, and if that's in line with the requirements from your professor. In this particular case, I will actually select the language weaver, the RWS language weaver, and I will add it in here automatically. But again, that is not mandatory. The most important thing is to have a translation memory and probably a term base if you are required to work with a term base as well in your project. And then I will go ahead and I will click Create. And basically right now it has been created. And what I will do is that I will go and this one is the one that I created. If you want to add more translation memories to it, well, you can click on it, you can edit it, you can open it, you can delete it if you want to, and also at later stage, if you create more translation memories, you can enrich this particular translation engine. Um, at a later stage. So again, as a conclusion, this is a box where we actually put all of the translation memories, term bases, machine translation engines that we want to use for a certain language pair or for a certain project. Before we create the project using this particular translation engine, I will show you quickly how to import some data into your translation memory if you will ever have to do this. So there might be scenarios in which you will actually create a translation memory, which obviously has no information in it, no translation units. It will get populated as you translate and confirm each segment. But in the scenarios in which you would actually receive a translation memory from one of your colleagues or from your professors, then you can import that particular translation memory into a cloud translation memory. Also, the alignment function is available only in the desktop version. So if you already created an SDLTM with the help of the alignment and you want to add it to a particular translation memory into the cloud, then you can do that, and it's very easy. So you would just go and select a translation memory, and then you will go and click on import. And in here, you will need to click on browse. You need to look into your PC where is your translation memory saved. And as you can see in here, I have one in the SDLTM format or into the TMX format. So I will just use the TMX one because it is highly likely that you might receive the TMX one, TMX being the most widespread bilingual format for translation memories. So if someone sends you a TMX from a different cat tool, then you can actually use it and import it. So as you can see, I have selected it. If by mistake I selected the wrong translation memory, then I can delete it and go ahead and browse for a new one. But if I'm okay with what I have selected, then I can go ahead and click on finish. And then you will have to wait for a few seconds before your file will be uploaded into the cloud translation memory. Now your document has been updated. So I will go ahead and I'll do. Okay, so right now it's done. As you can see right now, I don't have any more zero units. I have 30,000 units, close to 31,000 units. So I'm good and I can go ahead and use this translation memory. Now, if you have uploaded some more details into this translation memory, then you can go back into your translation engine and you can actually double check if that's the translation using it. Yeah, that's the translation memory. We are using it. You can just click on reload just to make sure that all of the changes that you have made to your translation memory is perfectly updated. In this last part of the presentation, I will go ahead and quickly create a cloud project just to show you how simple that is. So we will go into the Projects tab, and in here you will click on New Project, and you will add a name. And you can put a description here for your project. It's not mandatory, but you can do that. As location, I will keep consistent with the locations that I've chosen previously, and I will select a source language and the target language. In here you can select multiple target languages, but I'll just leave it to a single target language. And you have to select the due date, that is mandatory. And I will change the due date that I have in here with something else. Probably I'll just put it in December. I will leave the default file type configuration, and right now I just need to add the file that I would like to translate or the files that I would like to translate. And I will go in here and just simply select this file. And if I'm happy with this file, if I want to, I can add more. I will go ahead and click on next. On next, I have to select the translation engine, and here it is, the one that I've created. It will show you the selected translation engine, and you can add more translation memories even at this stage or term basis. But right now I'm happy with what I have in here, so I'll go ahead and click on create and start. So as you can see, you have some messages telling you that the project was created. And right now you'll also receive an email into your inbox telling you that a project was created in your Trados cloud. So I will just go ahead, and in here you will see exactly the reportings and the dashboard. But what I do want to do is ideally to go into the stages, and I do want my project to be into translation stage. So I will just click on it. As you can see, the email already arrived telling me that I created a project, and then click on open in online editor, and right now it will open in the view where I actually have to do the translation. So this is that simple to practically create a project and start working with a translation project in Trados Cloud. So as you can see, the document is opening in here, and it's already been populated because I have used the machine translation language weaver. So I am back in Trados Studio, the desktop application, and the first thing that you need to make sure is that you have logged in, so that your name appears. And then basically if you go into the project side, here you see the project that I have created in the cloud, so you can download it and work with it from the desktop as well. So one important thing to bear in mind is the fact that whenever you create a local project in Trados Desktop, because you have this possibility, the project will be saved on your PC, on your local computer where you actually created the project. While if you create a cloud project, then you have a lot of flexibility in the sense that you can translate into the cloud, and you can also open it into the desktop version and work on it and then upload it this way you'll have a lot more flexibility to switch between the PC that you use at your university and your personal laptop at home.
I would like to create a new translation memory. In order to do so, I can either create a translation memory when I create a new project, or I can go into the translation memory view and in here select new translation memory, and I will have to give a name to my translation memory. And also a very important field is the location one, because this is where I am specifying where I would like my translation memory to be saved on my computer. So right now I will choose the language pairs, and I will go next on the following step. And on the next steps, you can go into further details and select more settings related to your translation memory. But I would like to quickly create this translation memory, and so I won't go into further details about the settings. I will click on Finish and Close. And right now my translation memory was created, but as you can see, it is an empty translation memory, which is normal. This translation memory will be populated as soon as I add it to a project and as soon as I translate and confirm my segments. So I will go back to the welcome view, and in here I will create a new project. So I will go and I will select a file that I would like to translate. You can select also multiple files, and I would like my project to be saved on my computer, so I will create a local project. And in here, I will have to give a name to my project. And again, the location path, this particular field in here, it is very important to be the one that I want it to be, because this is where I specify where I would like my project to be saved. And then I will go ahead and I will select my source and target language. On the translation resources step, in here you can select translation memory and automated translation. And in here, practically you can choose to create a new translation memory that will be added to the project by selecting create translation memory. And the same window that we saw earlier will appear again. Or I can use an already created translation memory. So I will select use file-based translation memory, and from where I saved my translation memory, I will add it at the moment. So my translation memory was added, and I will go ahead and click finish and create my project. I will open my project and start translating one or two particular segments, just for you to see how the translation memory then gets populated. So let's just assume that that would be correct, and then I will go to the next one as well. It is very important that I confirm each segment with Control Enter, because once I make the confirmation, then the translation unit will be saved on my translation memory. Also, it is always highly recommended to always check in your project settings and see if the translation memory has the update button ticked. So at this particular point, I've already translated and confirmed two segments. So I will go back into the translation memory and I will open again my translation memory and see if these two segments appear in there. So right now I will go ahead and open the translation memory from where I have saved it on my PC. And as you can see right now, I do have the translation units in here that I can use for the rest of my document, but also for any other documents. I am back in Trados Studio, and right now I would like to use two files that I've translated outside of Trados Studio and import them into a translation memory so I can then use all that information for future translations. In order to do so, I will select the alignment function, and for that I will go to the welcome view into the top ribbon and choose align document. In here you will see that there are two options, the option to align a single file pair or to align multiple files. I will go ahead with the first option, and in here I will be asked to either add or create a translation memory. So you can use an existing translation memory or create a brand new. I will just create quickly a new translation memory because I have the files English to French, let's say. So I will go ahead and I will select English, and then I will go with French, and I will click on finish and close. And right now I will select the source file, that it is the English one, and the target document, that's the French one. And I will go next and finish. In this particular moment, I am redirected to a new window. In this window, as you can see on the left side, we have the source document and its corresponding segments, and on the right side, the target document and its segments. Trados Studio is trying to make some pairing between the segments, but it is highly recommended for you in this process to check each pairing. And in case you are not happy to the way that these two were paired, then you can choose to disconnect them. So for example, in this particular case, I'm not really happy with how this goes. So I will just disconnect a few pairings in here, and I will just consider that this particular segment, they do correspond to this one. So I will choose to connect them, and here you go. They are connected. Or also you can choose to confirm them all if you're happy with everything that Trados Studio has paired by default. or disconnect them all if you want to, and then manually connect each segment. At the same time, if you would like to also still make changes to the text, that would be possible. So in here I could add some more details. That would be just and as you can see, then I'm happy also with the translation, with the pairing, and I can confirm this too. So you can do a lot of changes in here. Again, this document, it is a fairly simple document. So documents that I've used are not that big documents. In case you are starting to work and you are working on big documents or large files, in this particular case, you can start working. And if you want to take a break or maybe continue later on this task, you can go and save your work in here. So you'd go save as. So I would actually save this alignment, and then later on when you would like to go back to your task, you can go and reopen the alignment file and continue your work from where it was left off. Indeed, if your documents are large documents, then there would be quite a bit of work in making sure that everything is paired correctly, and also that the translation units are as accurate as you want them to be. But the benefit of this is that it is a one-time job that you will do, and then you can use all of this information in future translations. So right now what I will do is that I will confirm all of the segments, because I feel that I'm feeling confident that I'm happy with everything that I have in here. And also these two, let's say that this would work together. And I will go ahead and import all of the translated files into a translation memory. So I'll click on Quick Import. And as you can see, I already received a message that the import was completed successfully. So right now what I would like to do is to go close this window. Okay, and I will go into a translation memory view where I will open my translation memory, because I would actually like to see how well this was done and if indeed everything is correctly populated. And yes, everything seems to be correct. All of my translation units seem to be in here with the corrections that I've made. So after I have created a translation memory, and after I have populated it with all of the all of the translation work that I've done outside of Trados Studio, in case I receive a translation memory from one of my colleagues, or in case I already worked in other tools and I have older translation memories, I can import those ones as well into Trados Studio and use them for future translations. So the only thing that I would need to do is to go back into the translation memory view and select the translation memory into which I would like to make the import. And in the, let's just say that I would select the translation memory that it is from English to French, and I would right click on it and select import, or in alternative, you can just select the translation memory and click on the import button from the top ribbon, and a new window will appear where I am asked to add the files. So I would add the TMX that I received. I will click on open, and here you can also see all of the bilingual files that are supported and that you will be able to use for the import. So I will click on open. I will go next, and in here I have a few options. So I will select the first one, and I want all of my imported translation units from the TMX to be added as new translation units. And then I will wait for Trados Studio to do the import. And once this is done, I will click on close. So right now my initial translation memory, it contains all of the translation units from the TMX. So as you can see in here, it has quite a lot of translation units, and this translation memory now I can use it for any translation jobs that I think would be fit for this particular language pair.
Thank you for your attention and participation. We will pass now to the Q&A section, so please feel free to ask us any question you may have.
Hi everyone, just to say please do add your questions if you can to the questions. You can type them in. Otherwise, if you would like to put your hand up, I could try to unmute you in the session, and then you'd be able to ask your question that way as well. So I see, Michaela, that you have a question. You've put your hand up. I think you're self-muted. I'm just trying to unmute you.
Yeah,
Can you speak?
all right. Can you
Yeah, I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you first of all for this very insightful presentation.
It's quite difficult to hear you,
Wondering
unfortunately. There's a
if
bit of
you
background
can
noise.
still hear me?
I can still hear you, yes.
Yeah, can you still hear me? Yeah, I was just
Oh,
wondering
that's
if
much
you
better.
could
This is better.
provide a little more information on how universities or professors could actually get access to Trados. If you could yeah, provide any further information where when we actually
Yep. Okay.
yeah,
So
could get access.
for your university, you can initially, if you like, the easiest thing might be to email us. So if you email us at education@rws.com, and I'm going to type that into the chat as well for everyone. So I'm just going to do that now. So, and you can then find out about joining the program for your university. Does that help to answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Christian, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question. I do have two translation memories, which I would like to make into one. How do I go about that?
So that would be very simple. Do you have them in a TMX format or do you have them in a Trados format? The two translation memories, in which file format are they?
They're SDL translation memories.
Okay. So then what you
Not
need to
translation memories, I'm talking about term databases, term bases.
You're talking about term bases, not translation memories. Okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm talking about term bases, not translation memories.
Yeah, okay. So for the term bases, what you need to do is actually open one of them and try to import the other one into the first one. Or the easiest thing that you need to do is use the glossary converter. So I would recommend to go and download the glossary converter, and the glossary converter will help you out do the syncing of the two term bases. It's not complicated. If you're choosing to use multi-term desktop, if you have installed multi-term desktop, because that's what you need in order to be able to merge two term bases. It takes you a bit more steps. You have to open the term base. You have to make sure that both term bases have the same definition. If not, you need to export one of them in an Excel and then import it into this one. So it's a lot more work to be done. But I would recommend to use the glossary converter, and with this particular app, which is free to download from the RWS App Store, then you can merge the two term bases. What I'll try to do is I'll try to put in here a link, because I believe we do have a video about how to merge two term bases. So that will help you with this particular app.
So if we have a link to share,
Yes,
is that your plan?
I'm actually adding
Cool.
the link now.
So if we, I can see the link is there, but also what I can do is make sure that we share that link with the follow-up email that's going to come out after
That
a
would
couple of
be
days.
wonderful. And I have one more question, if I may.
Yep, please.
Thank you for answering the first question. And I just bought Studio 22 freelance, and the control confirm doesn't work. I can't add sentences to the translation memory. The shortcut doesn't work. What do I do wrong?
I'm afraid I cannot hear clearly the entire question. Can you please repeat that?
So it sounds like something's not working to do with the downloading or activating.
No. When I translate a sentence and I want to confirm the sentence, the shortcut control return doesn't work.
It's Control Enter. That should work. So that one doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Okay. Have you tried to use also the option ribbon? So you have an option of. There is an option on the top ribbon, Trados Studio, a button that says confirm segment, and see if that happens, if that does something. In alternative, I would also go into File, Options, Keyboard Shortcuts, for you to double check if by any chance you haven't changed the keyboard shortcut that actually confirms the segment, because it might be possible. So if you go into File, Options, Keyboard Shortcuts, in there, you should find all of the shortcuts for the confirm segment. And just make sure it's Control Enter, or if it's the right key combination. If all of these are checked, so for example, if you check the key combination and it's the correct one you're using, so it's not a different one set up into your Trados settings. Second of all, if you go into and use the second option where you need to confirm the segment using the button or the option in there, and it still doesn't work, then it might be that the antivirus is blocking your Trados Studio. And in that case, what I would recommend to do is to check into your antivirus and add Trados Studio into the exception list, into the antivirus, and then do a Trados Studio repair, Trados Studio installation repair. And that should fix it. If that doesn't fix it, it means it's a more serious technical issue, and I would recommend it to go into the community and post on licensing and installation, and there my colleagues can help you out. What I can do for you in the meantime is give you the article where it shows you how to do a Trados Studio repair and reset of the installation.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks very much for the question. Right, if you could mute yourself again, that would be lovely. And then I'm going to unmute Siti Husna. I'm trying to unmute you, but I think you're self-muted.
Yeah, is it clear?
Oh, hi.
Is my sound clear? Okay, hi.
I can
So
hear you.
I'm kind of confused about the language cloud and the Trados application itself. So what's the difference by creating in the language cloud and also in the Trados application?
So you're referring here to creating a project in Trados Cloud compared to creating a project in Trados. Okay, so it's where it is saved basically. When you create a cloud project, the project is saved on the cloud, and then it means that if you're working on a PC in Trados desktop and you created a cloud project, the project gets saved into the cloud. That means that you can access that particular project from various devices. So let's say you start working, create a cloud project from your PC where you're working right now, and then let's imagine you would be traveling and you would be using a tablet. And then you would be able to have internet. And if you have internet, you can access the same cloud project while you're traveling and continue your work. So it gives you flexibility. When you create a local project, the project gets saved on your PC. It's not on the cloud, it's on your PC, on the folder that you design it to be the designee folder where you need to save it. So basically, this is what happens. You would actually save it locally on your PC, and you won't be able to use it unless you're using that particular computer. So
Ah,
that's
okay. Okay, I see. Okay,
yeah.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. So for the local one, it just might be cases where you guys might have customers who tell you, I don't want you to work into the cloud because this project is very sensitive and it does contain a lot of confidential information. And they would ask you to create a local project saved on your PC without internet, without anyone having the possibility or you having anything. So there might be situations in which you would be asked to create a local project. If not, my recommendation would be to create a cloud project, because they give you the extra flexibility that you might need within your work.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm going to try and unmute Anantia. If you would like to speak and ask your question. I don't know if you're able to unmute yourself, Anantia.
I want to ask, is there any other way we can include a translation memory besides we have to make our own translation memory?
So not really, no. I mean, you can use automatic translation engine, right? But what happens with these automatic translation engines, like Language Weaver, that it belongs to RWS, or DeepL, probably you've heard of it, or Google Translate, or any other tool that is out there. The thing is, you can add it and they would give you automatic translations, and you will just need to make small modifications in order to make it sound perfect. But the thing is, everything that you correct and you confirm, it will not go into that engine. So each time you get a suggestion, you'll pay for it. So consequently, if you keep translation, what happens is that you'll always get the same results, first of all, because what you change will not be recorded in their engine, and B, you will always have to pay for each time you get a suggestion, because these plans usually are not free and you're charged by the number of characters that you're using. So this is why the best thing to do, and this is the extra benefit that Trados Studio brings, is that you can create your own translation memory. At the beginning, you can use it both with an external memory, like a machine translation memory that you might purchase from somewhere or get a subscription for a couple of days, weeks, or months. As you translate and confirm, it will all get stored in your translation memory. So then in the future, you won't have to use automatic translation tools and you won't have to pay for it. So you won't have to pay for it, and that would give you an extra benefit. But just to be having the short answer to your question, no. So you need to create your own translation memory. That's the whole point of using Trados Studio, to be honest with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Thanks for your question. Has anybody else got a question they would like to ask? Roxana? You can maybe unmute yourself and ask your question. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to unmute you, but sometimes.
Can you
Oh,
hear me
I
now?
can hear you. Yes, I can hear you now.
First of all, thank you for your presentation. And I wanted to ask, if I used my university account for a free trial, would I still be able to use the same account in the possibility our teacher sends us you know, a link and we follow the same process that you talked about at the beginning of the presentation?
Yeah, you can.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Lovely, thank you. Clarisse?
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. I'm a student and I used Trados 2021, no, 2020, yeah, 2020 or 2021, yeah, 2 years ago. And this year we are doing Trados again, but this time it's 2022. And about alignment, because recently our lecturer introduced us to that option of alignment. I was just asking, can I, is it export or import transition memories from my old projects like 2 years ago that I did in 2021? Can I export them into the 2022, or should I go through alignment to maybe check them or before uploading them in the system?
So if you used in the past Trados Studio, you created translation memories in Trados Studio 2021, for example, or in the past version, even 2019, the translation memory format will be SDLTM. So basically, the good news here is that when you work in Trados Studio 2022, you don't have to do anything. You just open the translation memory as it is. When you open it for the first time in translation memory view, it will give you a triangle with an exclamation sign telling you to upgrade your translation memory, and you just need to click in there and just upgrade it to work with the latest version. So you don't have to import, export anything, just open it simply in Trados Studio as you would do with any other project, and basically in the desktop version, I mean, and basically just update it. That's all. Updating it means that it automatically re-indexes it in order for all of the features of Trados Studio 2022 to begin, so you can use them. But you don't have to do any kind of alignment or anything else, because if you already have it as a translation memory, you can use it in any version of Trados Studio because it's the same format.
Oh, thank you very much. And so you talked about the XLIF TMX file. Yeah, so if I have translation memories from, because we also explored phrase, the former mem source. So now if I have a translation memory like from mem source that I used at the time, will it, if I have it as an as a TMX file, so I can also upload it directly into Trados, or is there any?
No, so you need to open the translation memory. You need to have the translation memory opened in Trados in the translation memory view. Right click on the translation memory, select import, and you would import the TMX directly in an existing translation memory created in Trados Studio, or you can create a new translation memory in Trados Studio and import the TMX. What you need to pay attention to is to make sure that the translation memory that you have in Trados, into which you want to import the TMX, to have the exact same languages as the TMX that you have.
Oh, okay. So even if it's coming from phrase,
yes,
it has to have the same language pair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah,
yes, because the TMX knows exactly what language pairs that they have, you know. But what I'll do in here, because regardless of the version of our studio you are using, if you have a TMX from a different CAT tool, you can import it into a translation memory. And I'll put here, because we have a short video that was created by one of our directors, probably. Let me add it here to the chat.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks so much. If you could mute yourself, that would be great in case you are on the line. Okay, so There is a question actually from somebody, University in Budapest. They are not able to speak, so they've typed, Clara has typed a message. And she's just asking about the fact that they're using a different software, they're using different CAT tool. So if your university is using a different CAT tool, and I noticed that they're not part of our RWS Campus program, if you could ask your lecturer to get in touch with us via the email address or fill in our form, I'll share the link with you again. Anna already shared it a bit earlier, but if you could email, get your lecturer to email us, education@rws.com, and then we can have a chat about making the software available to you. You can always yourself download the trial version if it's not available at all via the university. The trial version will give you full access to everything for a month, on the desktop at least. Anything else you'd like to add to that, Anna or Donna, for those who don't have access to
To
the
let them
software?
know that the trial is only the desktop version, so you won't have access to the cloud, and that the trial is actually going to work. The desktop version works only on Windows machines. So basically, just way to bear in mind this particular part. But yeah, as Fiona said, if you're interested into this one, let know your professor and they can just email us or fill a form, and then we'll take care of the rest.
Cool. Fabulous. Okay, thank you. Thanks, everyone. We've come up to the hour, so I think we'll probably draw a close to the session. I really appreciate you as well asking the additional questions. And I will send an email. The email will go around with a recording of this session in a couple of days, and there'll be several links there that hopefully will help you as well with any of the things that we've talked about today. So thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting involved, and yeah, stay in touch. See you on a webinar again soon. Okay, ciao. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.